differences between FiberWise and, at least in North America, the number one fiber supplement, which is Benefiber. The way that you do that is you create basically an illustration of how things happen in your guts when you're digesting food. And one way to do that is just simply make an example. So what you want to do is pour into each cup 1 cup of water, okay? And none of this needs to be exact. But you do want it to be fair, right? Because you don't want to say anything about our competition that isn't true. So try to be fair, but it doesn't need to be exact, okay? To that, you add 1/4 cup of oil. Now the oil represents toxins, fats, lipids, cholesterol, excess sugar. We unfortunately, at least in the US, don't eat the greatest food in the world. It's delicious, but it's not overly healthy, right? So we get things that we don't necessarily want in our body. And FiberWise is actually a fantastic way to flush some of that out of your system. So to each cup, you want to pour 1/4 cup of oil. So we can do about half of each. I don't have a 1/4 cup, so.
Is this on the website?
It is, yep.
Where, do you know?
On the FiberWise page,
Okay.
just a little banner that says it. Okay. So again, the oil represents the bad stuff, and the water is just all the other things that exist in your system. So to this, you want to add 1 serving of our product and 1 serving of the competition. Right? So for Benefiber, the instructions say 2 teaspoons of product. And as we know, for FiberWise, it's also 2 scoops. And then you want to just give it a really good mix on both. Sometimes you got to give FiberWise quite a good mix. Easier with glass cups, with plastic. So give it a good mix. And after you have it mixed, you want it to sit for about 2 minutes. And during those 2 minutes, you can explain all the differences between FiberWise and the competition. So first of all, FiberWise contains 2 key different types of fiber. One is called insoluble fiber, the other is called soluble fiber. They have separate roles in our bodies. Insoluble fiber, its primary and only role is to absorb water. And what it does, it expands. That's what makes us feel fuller when we consume that product. So if any of us are looking to lose a few pounds and need help with weight management, we recommend that you would consume a serving of FiberWise about 30 minutes before you eat a meal, because it'll soak up the water that you just drank with it and give you a sense of being full, which in theory means I'm going to eat less, right? And insoluble fiber, after it soaks up all that water, its job is to just go through your system and clean it out like a big sponge, which is great. So it helps us be regular. Now, insoluble fiber has a different role. Insoluble fiber will actually wrap itself around the bad stuff in our bodies. And you will see that despite being mixed up, you can still see the oil separate from the water, okay? I can mix this all day long. In fact, sometimes I recommend you put a drop of food coloring in, because FiberWise is transparent, it's clear, and so it might be harder to see the separation. But I'm gonna mix this as hard as I can. It'll look good, but you can slowly see that oil gathering back up on top. With FiberWise, it's more homogeneous throughout, and it's very difficult to see any of the oil. That's because our soluble fiber is wrapping itself around this and capturing it, okay? And then with the help of insoluble fiber, it pushes it through the system, so that your body has less time to absorb the bad stuff, okay? But keep in mind that it also has less time to absorb the good stuff, which is why we recommend that you take your supplements about 30 to 60 minutes either before or after you take your FiberWise, so that the FiberWise doesn't wrap itself around the omegas and flush it through the system. So separate it out a little bit. In addition to that, FiberWise has calming herbs in it, because some people, when they take a fiber supplement, it makes them bloated, it makes them feel yucky, it makes them gassy. These herbs that are in there, like licorice root, just kind of calm your stomach down for those of us who struggle a little bit with fiber. There's also some prebiotics and probiotics mixed in, which are helpful for a gut microbiome. It's like Florify, though not nearly as many as Florify has. The prebiotics is basically food for the probiotics. But that's a way to help your gut operate better. And when your gut is happy, surprisingly, your heart is happy, your mind is happier, your body is happier, and so your gut is really, really important to your overall health. And again, this is a great way to say, like you can easily see, it's never gonna, it just won't grab it to the degree that you're grabbing it here and moving it through. And that's how you demo it. Very clear differences. Any questions?
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Those are